What's up, YouTube family? This is Jeff with Little Everything Home Services coming to you with another video. So, family, I am at a commercial building, and I'm doing the controls PM today. So that's my whole purpose for coming out here. And for the controls PM, what I'll be doing is I'm monitoring the system. I'll be making a backup of the system. And you say, why are you making a backup of the system? Well, what if it crashes and you lose everything and you got to start from scratch? That would really suck. So during the PMs, I make a backup of that equipment. I also, a lot of times we do what we call a building scorecard on some of the buildings that have our monitoring. And if they have our monitoring, then we'll have a report. And normally I look over that report, and in the report they have a bunch of things that's wrong and for me to look at when I get here. This one does not have one, so I'll go through and I monitor the system. I check, like I said, do a backup. I check, make sure everything is communicating. I go over the alarm histories and overall checking everything to make sure everything is running. So I'll show you a little bit about that and a little bit on the control side of the world. And today all the equipment is trained equipment. So with trained equipment that's here today is controlled by a SC Plus. That's the latest one, the Plus. So another one is coming out as well. So, but this is the SC Plus. I like the SC Plus. There's so many different options for it. It's much faster than the SC, and you directly connect to it through a printer cable, and then you pull up Tracer TU, and then you go from there. And this one, the one with the Plus, you pull up what you call Tracer Synchrony. So I'll show you what I'm talking about, family. Okay, family, as you can see, this is a Tracer SC Plus module. So and with this module, it's connected through BACnet, and you can see the connections running to it. So because everything is connected to the SC Plus, I can pull that software up in the system and take a look at it, and I'll show you. So all you do is you plug in right here through a printer cable, and it goes to your USB on the computer. So I'm going to go out of here so you can see what's going on. I'm going to close it out. That's actually Tracer TU. You open it with Tracer TU and Synchrony. So I'm going to close both of them, and I'm going to pull up. Here we go. I'm going to pull up. There we go. Tracer Synchrony, as you can see at the top right there. I'm logged in here, and a few things you can do in here, family. It's pretty cool. So first of all, I'm going to go down here to devices, right? And when I go there, it's going to pull up all the equipment that's connected. So as you can see right here, see that? That's air handler B1, air handler B2 that's on the roof. And this is another rooftop data room unit. This is an elevator room unit. See all I'm saying? Rooftop, and telepacks. See, it's quite a bit of equipment here. I'm going to slide down. See, look at that. All those are VAVs, or fan boxes. See that? VAV box space temperature control. And it's quite a few of them. Look at that. All right, and then there's more rooftop units. So there's a lot of equipment at this location. Now, one of the things I like to look at when I'm in this area is whether the unit is communicating. So you have primary and you have secondary communications. So if you look over here to the side, you see that? It's saying communicating. So I'm going to scroll up and look at that. Everything that you see going up says that it's communicating, right? All right. Now, do not be fooled by that. That means the primary communication is working, but then you have to make sure the secondary communication is working as well. So I'm like, all right, well, I see all the equipment. So let me go to Spaces. There we go. And there's the equipment again. But this time, as you can see, that's the data room unit. And it's in occupied mode. And you're like, whoa, what is that? What are all these dashes right here? Well, family, that means that it's not communicating, because you can see here, like this elevator room unit, it has a space temperature, the active set point, the discharge air temperature, what mode it's in. It's in cool mode, and if it's in occupied or unoccupied mode. But this one is showing nothing. Let's click on it. And that's the graphic for it. And look at here. You don't see anything. You don't see air valve percentage, fan percentage, nothing. Only thing you see is the set point, which is the set point is 70.5. So let's go over to the status and see. This is the primary communication. Communication status says communicating, right? But then you go over here to the secondary communication status, not communicating. Check it out. All right, so this piece of equipment is not communicating. That's one of the things that I check when I'm on site. And let's go back to the space summary, to Spaces, and you will look and see there's another one not communicating. Let's scroll down here. There's another one. It's not communicating. Another one right there. You see that? And you get the picture. On and on and on and on. So, so that's one of the things that you do when I'm here, and I look and see. I document all that. And if I have time while I'm here, what I'll do is I'll go to those locate those VAVs, and find out why they're not communicating. Sometimes it could be as simple as a blown fuse, or the unit was turned off for some reason, and that's why it's not communicating, because it has to be powered on in order to communicate. And it could be a variety of different units, but I documented that, family. So as you can see here, I documented all those that were not communicating, and there's no way I would have enough time doing this 8-hour PM to check all of that and do everything else that I have to do. It's just impossible. So what I normally do is I write it up in a report and let the customer know, and then if they want me to come back to check those, I'll come back and check them. So there's much more to see in here, family. I mean, let's go to a piece of equipment that's communicating, like this one right here. All right, so this one is communicating. Now the difference between the VAV and the fan box core, see, this one's not just a VAV, this is a fan box, because it actually has a fan and heat strips. If it have a fan and heat strips, then it's a fan box. If it does not have a fan and heat strips, then it is a VAV. So this one actually says CP2-14. It's still a VAV box, but it's just a VA. This is actually what we call a fan box instead of straight VAV. And I'll show you a VAV so you will see. But the information that's on here, you have the actual space temperature, which is 74 degrees, 74.7, and the set point is 75. It shows that on there. Then it shows you the air valve position. So how much air that it's allowing to go through here. It's showing that position, what percentage that damper's open at. Let's see. Scroll down a little bit. You can see that how much airflow. So it's at 27%, and then at 27% is 172.2 CFMs flowing through here. And of course, there's no heat right now. So if it had, this one does not, which kind of sucks, but this one does not look like it has a discharge temperature sensor on it. so you can see what it is. That would be so helpful. Let's see here. Now we'll go into status here. And I'm looking to see, yeah, if it had one, it would have showed it on that page, but see, it shows the airflow. This shows airflow, but it does not show you the temperature. And that's an additional option that you have. So now let me go back like I said I would. I'm going to go back to spaces. Now let's pick a VAV that instead of a fan box. So I'm going to scroll down. Oh, there we go. I think this, if it just the V's are VAV, so let's click on it real quick. See the difference right here in this particular diagram, family? See, it doesn't have that fan on the inside. The only thing the VAV can control is opening up the damper to allow air flow. So this one, actually, I have to fix it. It's not set up correctly because it shouldn't be in heat mode. It doesn't have heat strips. It can't provide heat. Only thing it can provide is cooling. You know, so it depends on where it is. It may not need heat. So this one is not configured correctly. I got to correct that because it doesn't have a fan box at all. So I mean, it doesn't have a fan and doesn't have heat strips in it. So it's not a fan box, but it's obviously the diagram is correct as far as that's concerned. But it shouldn't be in heat mode. You know, it should be really cool only. Because that's the real version of it. But that's just a programming issue. All right, family, I'm not going to keep going on and on. I did want to take the time out just to show you a little bit about the controls world and some of the things that you do in controls. I'll be making more videos about controls. Now, one thing to realize in controls, yeah, there are times you're sitting down at the computer and doing a lot of work. Then there's times when you're up in that ceiling, family, on a ladder. I find myself on a ladder a lot. So, all right, family, I want to thank you for taking the time out to check out the video. Talk to you soon. Have a blessed day.